Boys jumping over there. Huh? Verse 19. A false witness that speaketh lies. That's all the so-called white man do. Speak lies. He told the world, he told the earth that your body wasn't made perfect enough to fight off a virus, man. That's a goddamn lie. And our people bit on the hook, line, and sinker. Let's read it again. Let's read it again. All right, all right. A false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren. And that's all the so-called white man do. He can't win without confusion. When you go into that word Babylon, it translated in the Hebrew to Babal, and it only goes into confusion. So that's all you have over here in so-called America, confusion. You got boys calling themselves girls. You got girls calling themselves boys. You got people talking about they can marry trees. You got teachers telling kids they should learn about transgenderism at 2 and 3, second and third grade. Nothing but confusion. You got people calling people colors. Huh? It's nothing but confusion over here. Let's continue. Let's continue. Let's continue to prove. Let's go to Psalms. Psalms. Chapter 62. Psalm chapter 62. And I'm going to start at, I'm going straight to the point. Psalm 62 and verse 4. They only consult to cast him down from thy excellency. What just happened last night, the other night? That boy, Terrell Owens, he had the so-called white woman come up there and lie on him, man. And play Karen to him, man. Trying to cast him down to from his excellency, man. You know? That's what the so-called white man does, man. He don't want you to know that you are the royalty of the earth. He don't want our people to know that. The so-called white man the white woman started crying on him. The Shedemite devil, she started crying on him, trying to get him booked. Right? But he had it all on camera. Psalm 62 and verse 4. They only consult to cast him down from his excellency. That's why they go into these secret meetings. That's why they go into these summits. That's why they go over there to Davos, Switzerland. That's why they have these World Economic Forums. They want to cast us down from our excellency, man. They don't want you to come into this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. They delight in lies. They blush with their mouth, but they curse inwardly. So the so-called white man or white woman gonna come past and smile, hey, I love you. But in all actuality, they hate your guts. Right? Call la yim la yah ba shim yah shah. Ba shim rakak wadash. So let's go into what? Let's transition a little bit. Because I said what? That you are the excellency. You are the excellency of the Heavenly Father's creation, man. Let's prove that. Let's go to 1 Peter. You are the royalty of the earth. 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 9. See, these so-called white people know that this place is over with, man. They know that it's over with. Through the Spirit, they know. Because everything is coming out, exposing them. They own people telling on them on TikTok. They walk around here and try to act like ain't nothing going on. But guess what? The Spirit, the scriptures tell you they're all going to see together. Salaki, hold on. First Peter chapter 2 and verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praise of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. So guess what? Everybody who out here with this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, out here on these highways and hedges, doing these epistles, you know, guess what? He calls you out of the darkness into his marvelous light, man. You're supposed to be showing forth his praise. You are the royalty, man. You put on as the elect. You are the hopeful royalty of the earth, man. But in all actuality, all Yasharala is the royalty of the earth, because the earth was made for your sakes. Let's continue to prove that you are that hierarchy. Let's continue to prove that you are the hierarchy. Let's go into back to Psalms, the book of Psalms, chapter 144. The book of Psalms, chapter 144, and verse. I want to start at verse. Start at verse 7. Send thy hand from above. Who is the hand from above? Yahweh Shah. Send thy hand from above. Rid me and deliver me out of great waters. Because Esau, Edom gonna do what? He gonna come down with great wrath. He gonna come in like a flood, man. He gonna bring everything he got to try to prevent his demise, man. Him going into slavery. So the so-called white man gonna use his drones, his robot dogs, his night vision goggles, his all his guns and bulletproof vests, his whatever he got, man. Everything that you see that the so-called white man has, who is it have for? He have it for you Israelites, man. He got it for Israel, man. That's what he got it for. He need that weapon. His blessing was the sword, right? Let's continue. Psalms 144 and verse 7 again. Send thine hand from above. Rid me and deliver me out of great waters from the hand of strange children. Who is them strange children? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. He's the top strange child, along with the other nations, but he is the top. Whose mouth speak vanity? Esau, Edom. We got into it. Lies, deceits, and it's going to go into that. Whose mouth speaks vanity, and their right hand is the right hand of falsehood. Going into those lies, man. Going into those lies we were talking about, man. Right? I will sing a new song unto thee. This truth, O power, upon psaltery and an instrument of 10 strings will I sing praises unto thee. It is he that giveth salvation unto kings. So those who are going to be saved, you are them kings. Salvation, you are the kings. You are that peculiar people, that peculiar nation, that royal generation. It is he that giveth salvation unto kings, who delivered David, his servant, from the hurtful sword. Who is the hurtful sword? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. You can read about that in Psalms, the 17th chapter, and the 13th verse. Isaiah 10 and the chapter, the 5th and the 6th verse, where he's defined as the Assyrian, the rod of his anger. Verse 11. Rid me and deliver me from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speak vanity, and their right hand is the right hand of falsehood. So Esau, Edom's true power, or the so-called white man's true power, is what? His lies and deception, and his sword, his weapon, stemming from what? His so-called machination, his jump shots, his food, his water, his philosophies, all the way up to guns, and all the way up to nuclear weapons, man. Call Allah Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai Ba'ashim Kakadash for this truth. For this truth, man. Let's continue. Let's continue going into what? We're going to still deal with what? That you are their royalty, man. That you are their royalty. Let's go into Revelation chapter 5. Those who got that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, you are their royalty, man. Call Allah Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai Ba'ashim Kakadash. Revelations. And through you, kings gonna come out the loins, man. Call Allah Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Revelations chapter 5 and verse 9. And they sung a new song, this truth, saying, thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof, for thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to power by the blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation. Verse 10, and has made us unto our power kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. So heaven gonna be right here on the earth, and those 144,000 select men are the kings and priests of the earth, man. Call Yahweh, and prayerfully I am numbered amongst that number, man. Through the power and spirit of Yahweh, the water, man, for this truth. The water for this truth. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 4. Deuteronomy chapter 4. See, look at our women. They still riding around here, you know, on these boats. I mean, on this damn playing around. Not understanding all hell finna break loose, man. Bless their heart, man. But what the scriptures say? Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. And I'll come back to Deuteronomy. What do the scriptures say? Jeremiah chapter 11, verse 14. Therefore pray not for this people, neither lift up a cry or a prayer for them, for I will not hear them in the time that they cry to me for their trouble. What trouble? Jacob's trouble, man. That we in the beginning stages of it. But when they get in full blossom, ooh, a lot of these women gonna eat their words. Because if you don't have a man of the Lord, matter of fact, let's get that before I go to Deuteronomy. If you ain't got this, Isaiah chapter 13, verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. And that's going into a man of the Lord who was selected or elected to have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding here in these last days. The man of the Lord is going to be a man of fine gold. Going into what? Exposing the lies that we talking about, that I was just going into, that was given by these so-called white people. Starting with their elite, which would be Lucifer, all the way down to Joe Dirt, the Joe Dirt Edomite, the so-called white boy with a six-pack, man. Huh? Right? I don't know neither. Well, you know. Yeah, so at the end of the day, what was I saying? Yeah, going back into those lies which I was just talking about. What is one of the main lies? Our women believe that they don't need no man. Esau Edom with his wine, with the wine of Babylon, have put what? Feminism. I didn't even go into that. That's the spirit. Feminism is that wine that made the nations mad. Because a woman's supposed to be what? At home with her children, man. Minding the children, man. Right? Yes, you are. You damn devil. Wasn't nobody talking to you. But see, that's feminism. In the ancient world, a woman would not dare talk back when a man's speaking, man. And that's the time that's coming on the earth. We going back to that because what? Let's get that. Ecclesiastes chapter 3. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 15. That which have been is now. And that which is to be have already been. And the Most High require which is past. So it's going back to the old ways. Women gonna be in order. You ain't gonna be running around here with tights, booty shorts on, your titties popping out. That's over with. That's over with. Because you're gonna be in order in the kingdom, man. You're gonna be covered up. Huh? You're gonna be in that modest apparel. Let's get that. Let's get that, and I'm gonna go back to Deuteronomy. That modest apparel, man. Ain't no more booty shorts. That's over with. 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broidered hair or gold or pearls or costly array. So the women gonna be back covered up, man. That's over with, man. You're gonna be in modest apparel, the way you're supposed to be, right? Let's get something in Titus. Because this is what the female is supposed to be doing. This is what the woman was created for. Titus chapter 2. And guess what? Any woman who against this, it don't matter. Because in the kingdom, it's gonna be put down. Let me stop right there. I ain't gonna say. Let me say it like this. No matter if you like it or not, in the kingdom, that's how it's going. That's how it's going to go. Titus chapter 2 and verse 1. But speak thou the things which become sound doctrine. That the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity, in patience. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands. Ain't gonna be no hot girl summer. that the word of the Most High be not blasphemed. So, hey, there it is. That's what's going on. Because Yahweh Shai does what? He requires pass. And guess what? What he say, he go, let's get that real quick, and then I go to Deuteronomy. Just flowing through the spirit, man. Romans chapter 9. Romans chapter 9. And I'm going to verse 19. Thou wilt say then unto me, why doth he yet find fault? For who have resisted his will? Nobody gonna resist the will of Yahweh Shai. That's over with. So what he say gonna go. Because he gonna do what? He gonna do all his pleasure. His word standeth forever, and he gonna do all his pleasure. Let's get that real quick. Let's get that real quick. Ezekiel chapter 12. Believe that's Ezekiel chapter 12. I can still do that. No, I don't want that. I want, okay, Isaiah. Let me go to Isaiah. I bring this out a lot, but hey, it's edification. It don't matter. Isaiah chapter 46, because it still goes into he required fast. Isaiah 46 and 10, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying my counsel shall stand and I will do all my pleasure. He all right. Young King, man. Young King, man. Young King, man. Young King. Declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying my counsel shall stand and I will do all my pleasure. Yeah, look at this, brother. You know who you is according to the Heavenly Father, right? What's your nationality? Nah, you ain't no black man. That's what was told to us by the damn devil. Esau Edom. The Heavenly Father called you what? Whatever your father's line go back to, bro. Whatever your father's line go back to, I don't know if he's a Negro or from 9 out of 10, you from the tribe of Judah, man. Well, not all of it. The majority of it. Well, over here, but you know, you got some of us who go from the tribe of Gad. Some of our fathers go back to Native American Indians, which is when you look right here. When you look right here, the Native American woman and the Negro woman, same phenotype. So that's how you get guys like Scottie Pippen, Eddie Griffin. Them brothers go back to Indians. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or what they would call the Indians. Right. You know what I mean? Straight like that, man. Well, you got to know this, bro. You an Israelite, man. Yeah. You God chosen people, man. You know America finna be destroyed? Oh, yeah. Well, guess what? You a little man. You a little man can get up out of here, man, if you can hear this word. But, you know, you already know. Isaiah 46 and 10. So I already read that. So he declared the end, and guess what? He going to do all his pleasure. He going to do all his pleasure. Let me back that up. Let's go to Lamentations. Matter of fact, now I want to go to Psalms. Psalms chapter 33 and verse 11. Let's start at verse 10. The Lord Adonai Yahweh bringeth the counsel of the heathen to naught. So everything that these so-called white people thought they was going to get off, starting with their elite bankers, he going to bring that to naught. That shit ain't happening. He maketh the devices of the people of none effect. It's not going to happen. Esau Edom ain't going to be able to accomplish what he's seeking to do. Matter of fact, let's get there real quick and we'll come right back. Job chapter 5, verse 12. Job chapter 5, verse 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Verse 13, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. They're going to be destroyed. Esau Edom going to be destroyed. Let me read that again. Job 5 and 12, he disappointed the devices of the crafty. They're going to be disappointed. Y'all coming with y'all crafty counsel. That goes into Psalms 83rd chapter. But he going to disappoint it so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. You ain't going to be performing. You're not going to be able to pull off the shit that you tried. Right? So now, let's go back to Psalm 33 and 11. Just going through the spirit now, man. Psalm 33 and 11. Starting at 10. The Lord Adonai Yahweh bringeth the counsel of the heathen to naught. He maketh the devices of the people of none effect. The counsel of the Lord Adonai Yahweh standeth forever. The thoughts of his heart to all generations. So guess what? Verse 12. Blessed is the nation whose power is Adonai Yahweh. So we blessed, man. Our 2/3 of our people ain't gonna understand that until they be reborn into the kingdom. And the people whom he hath chosen for his own inheritance, man. So that even goes back into what we was talking about. That goes back into what we started off with. When I went into 1 Peter 2 and 9. When I went into Psalms 144 and was it 5 or 6? That you are kings and priests, Revelations 5 and 10. That you are the elite of the nations, man. Let's read that again. Blessed is the nation, Psalm 33 and 12. Blessed is the nation whose power is the Lord, and the people whom he hath chosen for his inheritance. Now, with that out the way, it's a lock in for going out. Prayerfully is edifying. I know I'm going all over the place. Deuteronomy, chapter 4. Because we still talking about them that elite, that excellency that you so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are truly are. Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 1. Now therefore hearken, O Israel, Yasharala, you so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans of Negro and indigenous descent, through the line of your father, unto the statutes and unto the judgments, which I teach you, for to do them, that ye may live and go and possess the land which the Lord Adonai Yahweh, power of your fathers, giveth you. Ye shall not add unto the word which I command you. So we can't add and come with our own philosophies and divinations, man. Neither shall ye diminish aught from it. So we ain't gonna take away nothing from it. That ye may keep the commandments of the Lord Adonai Yahweh, your power, which I command you. Your eyes have seen what the Lord Adonai Yahweh did because of Baalpor. For all the men that follow Baalpor, the Lord Adonai Yahweh, thy power, have destroyed them from among you. So that's what's finna happen again. Everybody that's following after the so-called white man, you're gonna be destroyed. Call Ayim La Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat Shem Rakakodash. But ye did cleave unto the Lord Adonai Yahweh, your power, are alive, every one of you this day. So that's why we out here doing this work. To bring in the believers, to bring in that fruit, so we can stay alive, man. So we can get that everlasting life. So we can become those kings and priests. And receive that reward. What is that reward? Those new bodies, man. Indestructible. Not getting sick no more. Not prone to sin, man. Being able to do, where did the so-called white man get the movie X-Men? Where did he get Marvel Comics from? He got that because he know that the men of the elect men of Yasharala are gonna get that spiritual power, man. Verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord Adonai Yahweh my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. So guess what? That shows our excellency, man. That goes into our excellency, man. He made you so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans of Negroid and indigenous descent, you know, the elite, man. Starting with the 1/3, hopefully elect. Made you the elite. Let's continue. Let's get a few more, and I'm gonna close it up. Let's go to Romans, man. Let's go to Romans, back to Romans 9. Starting in verse 1. I say the truth in Hamashiach, I lie not, my conscience also bearing the witness in the Holy Spirit, that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Hamashiach for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh. So guess what? Ain't no such thing as no spiritual Israelite. Ain't no such thing as no spiritual Israelite, man. This is according to the flesh. It's a bloodline. Kinsmen, brethren. Let's read that again. Romans 9:3. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ, for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the services of the Most High and the promises, whose are the fathers, and of whom is concerning the flesh Hamashiach came, who is overall the Most High blessed forever. Amen. Right? So guess what? That make you the elite. You receive the covenant, the adoption, the promises, the services of Adonai Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Huh? Right? Let's get another precept. Jeremiah chapter 10. Jeremiah chapter 10. And I'm gonna start at verse 1 real quick, and I'm gonna drop down. I'm gonna hopscotch through this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just read it on through, and I'm gonna close out. Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1. Hear ye the word of the Lord, Adonai Yahweh, speaketh unto you, O house of Israel, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Verse 2. Thus saith the Lord Adonai Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. So guess what? We ain't supposed to be dismayed at everything that's coming upon the earth. Right? Because we got this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Verse 3. For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, and the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. What is that going into? Christmas. A Christmas tree, man. We ain't supposed to be celebrating vain customs of the people. We're not supposed to follow the way. We're not supposed to learn the ways of the heathen. Halloween, Independence Day, birthdays, all that's bullshit. They deck it with silver and gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. That's the Christmas tree. They are upright as palm tree, but speak not. They must be born, because they cannot go, but not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil. Neither also as it is in them to do good. For as much as there is none like unto thee, O Lord, Adonai Yahweh, thou art great. Thy name is great in might. Who would not fear thee, O King of nations? Of nations. The word nation goes into the word nationality. He is the king of all, man. Adonai Yahweh. Yahweh meaning what? Yah meaning he. Hawa meaning exist. Yahweh Shai meaning Yah meaning he. Hawah Shai means deliver or saves. So Yahweh means he exists, or he is to be. Yahweh Shai meaning he delivers or he saves. Let's continue. Jeremiah 10 and 6. For as much as there is none like unto thee, O Adonai Yahweh, thou art great, and thy name is great in might. Who would not fear thee, O King of nations? For to thee doeth it appertain. For as much as among all the wise men of the nations, and in all their kingdoms, there is none like unto thee. So the so-called white man ain't shit. What he say don't mean shit. Call and nobody else. Because where the word of a king is, let's get that real quick. Ecclesiastes 8 and 5. Well, I'm going to just quote it for time's sake. Where the word of a king is, there's power. Verse 8. Jeremiah 10 and 8. But they are altogether brutish and foolish. The stock is a doctrine of vanities. So what they talking about is vain. It don't mean shit. Verse 9, silver spread in the plates is brought up from Tarshish, and gold from Euphaz, the work of the workmen, and of the hands of the founder. Blue and purple is their clothing. They are all the work of cunning men. So everything, these doctrines and philosophies, is the work of these damn devils, cunning men. But this is the point right here, and we're going to end it off on this. Jeremiah 10 and 10. But the Lord Adonai Yahweh is the true power. He is the living power, an everlasting king. And at his wrath, the earth shall tremble, and the nations shall not be able to abide in his indignation, his anger, man. So with that, I want to give all glory and honor to Yahweh. By Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kodash, Yahweh, being the true name and the only name in the Paleo-Hebrew, the Lashon Kodash, or the holy tongue for the world, and he calls God. Yahweh Shai being the true name and the only name. In the Paleo-Hebrew, the Lashon Kodash, or the holy tongue for the world, and he calls Jesus Christ. Letting you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans of Negroid and indigenous descent through the lineage of your fathers know you are the true children of Israel. Yasharali in the Paleo-Hebrew, meaning he prince of the power. Double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well, who I learn from daily, the brothers on down, and the likewise like-minded brothers who are scattered throughout this earth teaching the same doctrine. You Akim and you Akwa, for you brothers and you sisters who have returned to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shine, spirit of the truth, I bid you a shalom, and you speckled bird Israelite foreigners who look like the heathen nations, but truly go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, I bid you a shalom as well. And when the 17 nations outside of Yasharala are reading the Bible, what are they truly reading? They are reading your history. GTA of Baba Ball. Hella hella soon Kwam Yasharala.